Why hello there everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Skyrim with Elia and our little enterprising band here, consisting right now of Ace and Lydia, though that's about to change. But before I get into that, let's go outside.
But this land is ours, and we'll see it.
Now, I was saying about how the makeup of our group is going to be changing. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, as you will have noticed last time around, Lydia is not exactly the most stealthy of people. And when we were in that cave, as I take all of her crap, that's not basic equipment for her. Including that. But you can keep your hood. But anyways, she's not exactly the most stealthy of people. So, when we were in that cave clearing it out from bandits last time around, she ran in, charged them, screaming like a maniac, basically, and gave away our position. So, we're not too keen on having Lydia around as a companion, but she does make a good guard, and we have set her home to be our cabin.
I'll head back home if you need me.
So, you go on home, Lydia. However, I don't really feel like it's a good idea for us to be wandering around without having someone with us. So we're going to do something about that.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. If not, let me know. I might have it stored away.
You see, Lydia's been asking around at the inn and such places to see if we can't find ourselves someone to travel with who is better at
If you have need
understanding
of hunting
the
supplies,
concept
then you've
of
come to the right
stealth
place.
and not being seen by the person we're trying to shoot in the back with an arrow. And we were recommended someone.
Well, hello.
The weather is terrible.
I'll
What's
be
this
happy
about?
to assist you.
Gracias Hareo?
It would seem so.
I have no idea what that's about.
All right,
but as I was saying, we were recommended to look into someone who is more on the stealthy approach side of things than most people in Skyrim seem to be.
Patron of the great clan Battle
And
Lord.
we are here
A name
to
I'm
look
sure
them up.
you know well.
This person, right here, she matches the description we've given.
If you
Watch
have need of
yourself
hunting
out there.
supplies, then you've come to the right
we
place.
should look for.
Blade and shadow,
Janasa.
silence and death. These are my arts. For a modest fee, I'll make great art for you.
Well now, you seem to fit the description
I'll be happy to assist
that
you
we
if
were
you'd like to
given
purchase something.
of a mercenary who could be more stealthy than your average grunt. But before we hire you, let's make a little small talk. You're a mercenary
I am an
then?
artisan, painting in strokes of blood red upon the canvas of life. But yes, I will take coin to fight at your side.
Oh wow.
After all, where is the value in creating art if there is nobody left alive to see it?
Janasa, I really do like you. But before I hire you, I have to know, just what are you good at? Let's see, level 12, decent health and stamina. We don't care about magic right now. Excellent one-handed and archery. Light armor, shield, and reasonable sneak. Yes. So 150 damage resistance. And some fire resistances because Dark Elf. Yes, Janasa, I think you'll do quite nicely for our purposes. Consider yourself hired. Here's 500 septums, and let's get going.
You have chosen wisely. Lead on, and I shall follow.
Indeed. But first of all, we need to take care of a few basic things. In combat, mistakes happen. Don't hit me if I accidentally whack you with an arrow in the middle of a fight. Let's see. We won't talk about home just yet, though I will have to set our cabin for her house eventually. You know. You could dress better. I would very much like to be able to change her equipment.
I'll be happy to assist you if you'd like to purchase.
We're one of the same kind, you and I. I'm glad to have met you.
But I would like to trade with you a bit.
If that is what you wish.
It is. It is indeed. Iron broadsword, iron dagger. Well, first of all, you can take, let's see, where is it? This wolfskin cloak of resist frost. And that'll be it for now. Oops, I accidentally drank a potion.
Lead on.
Or did I
And
give her
what
a
might
potion?
you need? If that is what you wish.
I gave her a potion of invisibility there. Let's
Lead
not
on,
do
then.
that. But
I can
yeah,
tell you're no stranger to the wilds. I'm sure we
have
can meet
a
your hunting
companion
needs.
now who's actually capable of being stealthy, in theory. So let's get going. But it is raining rather heavily right now. Now, time to check up on the route we're going to be taking next. Not going to visit the Greybeards yet, or speak to the General about the Legion. Our objective is Voltheme Towers to kill the bandit leader. And that's where we're heading. After I've had a little food and drink, of course. Nice. But how much gold do I have? Let me see. 3,500, roughly. So, considering we aren't exactly hurting for gold at the moment, I think I'm going to go ahead. And do something that I've been debating on and off for a little while now. Elia is going to purchase a horse. Because we're traveling a lot, so having a horse to help carry our things and speed up our journeys would be quite handy. I just hope that Ace can keep up reasonably well. I mean, he's a dog, and I don't know how fast dogs move in comparison to horses. Can I buy a horse?
Got one all saddled if you've got the coin.
Okay, I have 1,000 gold for you, if that'll get me a horse.
You've got the deal. It's the one with the saddle.
Straightforward enough. Now, a horn I would also like. And I will take the Imperial. I'll take the Nordic horn. I don't really know why I'm picking that one particularly.
Ride strong.
Elia's horse.
Some of you would be better off keeping quiet than flapping your gums on matters.
Now, which way should I go?
Don't know anything about it.
think I'm going to ride in third person for the time being, just because it's a little more convenient. Actually, no, I'll mess around with the first person horse riding, but Ace is keeping up reasonably well. That's nice. So yeah, this should speed up our trips, but I actually think I'll prefer riding in third person, and I'm gonna have to play around with the settings on that conversation mod for my followers, because I want to see if I can remove the options where Janasa is saying a bunch of the stuff you hear from Irilith during the dragon fight, because I'm not a fan of that being used as just general follower conversation stuff, because it feels like it should be unique. Okay, you two finish killing each other.
Nothing new there.
If you like. I'm not really bothered. And we have some animals that have decided we aren't dead enough. There we go. And I will take myself some loot, I think.
And what might you need?
Okay. Now let's keep on going. The horse controls are still a little finicky because I don't often ride horses. But now I need to check something because it's been a while since I set this up. Talk and loot. Let's see. Oh. And that is one of my favorite little features, the fact that I can loot enemies and such from horseback. As you might be able to tell from this, I am god-awful at mounted combat, so I won't be doing much of it. In general, I prefer to get off my horse and make people dead from the ground. But I couldn't resist the urge to try it out a little bit. Because mounted battles are something I don't do much, I wanted to give it a shot. But I suck at it too much for this to be reasonable to do on a regular basis.
Yes, so on? Let's go.
Not you. I'll take your crap. Dear God, that was a lot of wolves. I am very cold. Oh dear. Let's equip weather sense. Okay, we're coming up on our destination now.
I should get over to winter more. See how the other Morrowind refugees are getting along.
Yeah, well, out of character moment, Janasa, I don't think you're gonna be too impressed. I really don't. Because, in my view, Ulfric is kind of a racist. So they have that to deal with. Let's get off the horse. Loot, loot, loot. Sweet, sweet loot. Romantic art. I will use a dragon soul to store my vitality. Okay. I'm just a little bit over my limits as far as stuff I can carry goes. I'll drop a couple things. Take some septums and a knight helmet. Also, let's see here. What do I get rid of for now? Actually, I will leave that hedge knight helmet there. I'm gonna have to go through this place and essentially search every inch of it after we're done, but not right now. Great. Once again, a bit of a pain.
Guide me!
Sorry guys, but I don't think you're going to be mounting any heads on your wall today. Because I hear that's unhealthy for the person involved.
Tell you what, you start running so I can pick a bad time to get lost. You're mine.
I have blacked out and have been defeated. Fuck. That's really the only thing I can say to this. Fuck. 1900 septums removed. The companions saved my ass. So, I'm a little shaken, but I'll be okay, I guess. Thanks for the offer. Don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, though. Getting your gear back. Not going to be a straightforward thing. I'm going to drink a few health potions. Blast it. I'll have to rely on Janasa to kill these assholes, I think.
Ever tried taking care of children? Oh, it can be a nightmare.
Okay, hey, you wanna help me?
I'm warning you, back off. That's close enough, close enough. Now ain't this a surprise?
Hey guys, how about you kill them? I'm want to get some gear. Thanks, Janasa. I'll take all of your shit, I think. Let's see here. What have we got? My steel dagger. There we go. I have a steel broadsword back, though not my steel broadsword. And I have all my stuff back. That man, wasn't that a near miss?
I thought about becoming a bandit. I decided I preferred clean clothes and
Yeah, you made the right decision, Janasa, because otherwise you would right now be very, very dead. But now I have to check up on something. Convenient horses, main. Where is it? Maybe it doesn't work like that. That might make sense. Let's have a look here. Powers, I'm looking for... Yeah, horse call, that's the one. And that is my horsey. So I know where he's at now. Thus, I'm going to gear up, since they took all of my stuff off of me too, which is more than a little annoying. I'm going to gear up. And check how I open my horse's inventory, because I've somehow forgotten that. Horse inventory. That would be this. And I'll dump a bunch of stuff on my horse so we can go and loot. Leather and leather strips. I can't put Meridia's beacon there, annoyingly. Tanning rack. Wolf pelts. Deer pelts. Firewood. Deadwood. Cooking pot. Animal fat. And I will stick my tent on the horse, as that thing weighs a lot. Also all my books, except for the bounty. Help get a little more weight off of me. Let's see, Amulet of Mara, you can have that. As well as all the loot I'm going to be selling. There we go.
rest easy.
That will do us. And now we go through this place and comb it from top to bottom for absolutely any sort of loot or valuables. So that's how I do things.
The bravest person I've ever met. The biggest fool.
A combination of the two, I should think, Janasa. I won't pretend Elia is the smartest person out here. But we're certainly not an idiot. Which is what biggest fool would seem to imply. You're a moron. Nothing in that wardrobe. But we're not yet done searching. I am not jumping. Don't even try it.
That wagon was destroyed by one of those creatures. Didn't leave a soul alive, I said.
Okay. Keep at it with the looking. Well, a lot of this stuff is just going to be sold for some coin. I still have $2 grand in septums, of course. So that will make things easier. I have a pickaxe. No need to bother with that. But now I need to redo my favorites because of losing all of that. So let's see. Hunting short bow 2. Monkish longbow 1. Steel broadsword 3. Steel dagger 4. Torch 5. I don't want water arrows, I don't think. I have plenty of steel ones, though. This bandit over here. Time for a little arrow time. Nighty night. Hehehehe. Oh, I do so love killing enemies who don't know that I'm coming. It's infinitely more fun than having to actually participate in a fair fight. Because who wants to have a fair fight? That means you have a chance of dying. And I have no interest in winding up dead. Not when I can be cheap and nearly kill someone with an arrow for anything else. Or by slitting their throat. As you may have noticed, I have a tendency to be a little on the ruthless side when it comes to fighting my enemies, and I don't apologize for that. Now it's time to mine some more ore, which we're going to smelt into raw materials when we get back into town, and then probably make some more arrows. Potion ingredients, and a lot of books. Who would have figured that bandits would have books on them? So I'm not actually going to bother to check if we have any of these. I'll just sell any spares when we're back in town. Merchant's boots, some standard clothes. All of that. Is it possible I'd like to be able to disguise myself in some, for lack of a better phrase, casual clothing? Ooh, fuck. Fuck.
The last of them. Victory or Stalin!
Oh, hell. This guy... is going to be a little difficult. And we're going to be relying on Janassa and Ace to win it. I don't feel like Elia is going to be in any position. Okay, get back on your potion. Come on.
Hello? Who's there? I'm sure I heard something.
And that was very stupid of me. I should have just run away when I had the chance. And he's blocking the freaking doorway now.
Take me?
Guys, please.
That's it? That's all you've got?
Guys, please. Doorway blocked. This is not what I had in mind.
Go ahead. Try and fight back.
Thank you, Janassa. To say that was an absolute fucking pain in the ass would be an understatement. But this is the reason why I like to have followers, because I play with a fairly hard set of mods, which makes doing anything without followers basically impossible.
Yes, Sarah? If that is what you wish.
Yes, it is. I have a few things I'd like to give you. First of all, I have a steel broadsword and a steel dagger to replace your current iron weapons. And I need you to carry some of the loot that I've picked up here.
Let's go. You looking for something?
Actually, I think we've already looted this place fairly thoroughly, so there's no reason to do more of that. And quick save while we're in midair. Great. Down a health potion, Elia. Don't want you dropping dead from bleeding to death or anything like that. That would be quite embarrassing. But now, it's time, I think. First of all, we are peckish and slightly thirsty. So, let's take care of that. And get on Horsey. I really need to give our horse a name. Just calling him Horsey all the time is not going to work. Though I imagine some people have an inkling as to where the name Horsey comes from. I actually got the name from another Let's Player. Specifically from their Let's Play of Assassin's Creed. And I just thought it was such a hilarious name, and I guess I subconsciously started using it here. But it's not really an appropriate name. In any case, we need to start on our way back to Whiterun. For one thing, we have this bounty, and I would like to get paid.
Any excuse to despise us.
Yeah, I think you're being a little too generous with a few of them, Janassa. Like, for one of them, who I will refer to as he whose name shall not be mentioned, or you know who, in this case, he's kind of just a racist asshole, really. And I have other opinions about what he's like. but I'm making a point to not discuss them. Because if I did discuss them, then that would probably start an argument in the comments section, provided anyone actually watches this video, which I'm not entirely sure if people watch them, to be perfectly honest. I mean, granted, part of the lack of viewership thing is probably down to the fact that I had to take like a 6 to 8 month break due to hardware problems. And that can't have helped with viewers because people want to see new videos going up regularly. That's a thing, as I've learned. I don't just want to watch the same 200 to 300 videos that you had up last year. But yeah, you should probably expect in the near future there to be a reasonable amount more Skyrim. Because I'm really enjoying playing this now that I have finally got my crashes every 20-minute bullshit sorted and I can start adding mods again.
I'm sure glad you're with us.
Speaking of which, I'll probably be adding another mod or two in the next recording, because there's something I wanted to add, but I needed a reasonable excuse for why it was happening when it was, and I think I have one now. Speaking of which, Mr. Horsey, seeing as it's after 8 PM, none of the shops will be open. So I'm going to dump a bunch of my stuff on our horse. And we'll go and get it in the morning and sell. Okay, we're finished out here. So for now, I'm going to head to the Sleeping Giant Inn and get Elia and Janassa a room for the night, and then we'll wake up early and do some selling, I think.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
Thanks for that. Hey, Hulda.
The Greybeards have summoned the Dragonborn to High Hrothgar. Such a thing has not happened for hundreds of years.
I'd like to rent a room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you
That
to your
is
room
another
right
of the
this way.
mods I have. It makes renting rooms quite a bit more expensive to do. Because as you saw right there, renting the Sleeping Giant Inn's room costs around 100 gold. I don't know why I paused there. But yeah,
This is a local favorite.
it cost 100 gold to rent the room.
Ragnar the Red.
And usually renting any
Let me know
room
if there's any
whatsoever in Skyrim will only run you like 10 gold.
Keep your belly full and your shoulders strong.
Okay, Janassa, can you get up here, please? Thank you. Yes, some of the pathfinding things in this game can be a little ridiculous. Good God.
Sadia, wake up there. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but now we are going to level up. And I'll put a little into health, I think. Just because we're getting into more and more fights where we actually have to fight, so I'd like to address that. Let me see here. Bear traps is on my list. Next, I'm going to get this. adhesive explosives. So we're essentially unlocking the ability to create bombs. Because as you've noticed, I don't like fighting fair, so giving myself more options to not fight fair is always a nice thing. Now let's check my supply of books. Well, the horse has a lot of them. But what I'm going to do now is actually going to, on camera, for the first time ever in this Let's Play, read a book. And I'm going to try to do this more and more often as this Let's Play goes on, because I love how the books and how the lore is presented in universe, like literally being books you come across. I just love that, and I want to experience it with you guys, because I've never really gotten into the Elder Scrolls lore all that much, and this is a good excuse to do so. So, for tonight, I am going to be reading the life of Uriel Septim VII, who I believe was the Emperor during Elder Scrolls Oblivion and Morrowind, if I'm not much mistaken. So, let us begin. A Short Life of Uriel Septim VII by Rufus Hayne. 3rd Era 368 to 389, Strategist and Conciliator. The early decades of Emperor Uriel's life were marked by aggressive expansion and consolidation of imperial influence throughout the empire, but especially in the east, in Morrowind and Blackmarsh, where the empire's power was limited, imperial culture was weak, and native customs and traditions were strong and staunchly opposed to assimilation. During this period, Uriel greatly benefited from the arcane support and shrewd counsel of his close advisor, the Imperial battle mage Jaegar Tharn. And as an aside, I'm actually not sure if that's pronounced Jaegar Tharn or Jaegar Tharn. If anyone could tell me, that would be really nice. The story of Uriel's marriage to the Princess Kaulavoria is a less happy tale. Though she was a beautiful and charming woman, and greatly loved and admired by the people, the Empress was a deeply unpleasant, arrogant, ambitious, grasping woman. She snared Uriel Septim with her feminine wiles, but Uriel Septim thereafter soon regretted his mistake, and was repelled by her. They heartily detested one another, and went out of their ways to hurt one another. Their children were the victims of this unhappy marriage. With his agile mind and vaunting ambition, Uriel soon outstripped his master in the balanced skills of threat and diplomacy. Uriel's success in co-opting House Hlalu as an advance guard of imperial culture and economic development in Morrowind is a noteworthy example. However, Uriel also grew in pride and self-assurance. Jaegar Tharn fed Uriel's pride, and hiding behind the mask of an outpaced master counselor, Tharn purchased the complete trust that led finally to Uriel's betrayal and imprisonment in Oblivion, and Tharn's secret usurpation of the imperial throne. 3rd Era 389 to 399, Betrayed and Imprisoned. Little is known of Uriel's experience while trapped in Oblivion. He says he remembers nothing but an endless sequence of waking and sleeping nightmares. He says he believed himself to be dreaming and had no notion of passage of time. Publicly, he long claimed to have no memory of the dreams and nightmares of his imprisonment, But from time to time, during the interviews with the Emperor that formed the basis of his biography, he would relate details of nightmares he had, and would describe them as similar to the nightmares he had when he was imprisoned in oblivion. He seemed not so much unwilling as incapable of describing the experience, but it is clear that the experience changed him. In Third Era, 389, he was a young man full of pride, energy, and ambition. During the Restoration, after his rescue and return to the throne, he was an old man, grave, patient, and cautious. He also became conservative and pessimistic, where the policies of his early life were markedly bold, even rash. Uriel accounts for this change as a reaction to and revulsion for the early teachings and counsel of Jagar Tharn. However, Uriel's exile in oblivion also clearly drained and wasted him in body and spirit, though his mind retained the shrewd cunning and flexibility of his youth. The story of Tharn's magical impersonation of the Emperor, the unmasking of Tharn's impostor by Queen Baranzia, and the roles played by King Edwire, Rhea Silmaine, and her champion, assembling the Staff of Chaos, defeating the renegade Imperial Battle Mage, Jagar Tharn, and restoring Uriel to the throne, is treated at length in Stern Gamboge's excellent 3-volume biography of Baranzia. There is no reason to recount that narrative here. Summarized briefly, Jagar Tharn's neglect and mismanagement of imperial affairs resulted in a steady decline in the Empire's economic prosperity, allowed many petty lords and kings to challenge the authority of the Empire, and permitted strong local rulers in the East and the West to indulge in open warfare over lands and sovereign rights. Third Era 399 to 415. Restoration, the Miracle of Peace, and Vardenfell. During the Restoration, Uriel's septum turned from the aggressive campaign of military intimidation and diplomatic accommodations of his early years, and relied instead on clandestine manipulation of affairs behind the scenes, primarily through the agencies of the various branches of the Blades. A complete assessment of the methods and objectives of this period must wait until after the Emperor's death, when the voluminous diaries archived at his country estate may be open to the public, and when the Blades no longer need to maintain secrecy to protect the identities of its agents. Two signal achievements of this period point to the efficacy of Uriel's subtle policies. The Miracle of Peace, also popularly known as the Warp in the West, that transformed the Iliac Bay region from an unruly ruly assortment of warring petty kingdoms into the well-ordered and peaceful modern counties of Hammerfell, Sentinel, Wayrest, and Orsinium, and the colonization of Vardenfell, presided over by the skillful machinations of King Helseth of Morrowind and Lady Baranzia, the Queen Mother, which brought Morrowind more closely into the sphere of imperial influence. Third Era, 415 to 430, the Golden Peace, King Helseth's court, and the Nine in the East. Following the Miracle of Peace, best described in Vettersen's Daggerfall, A Modern History, the Empire entered a period of peace and prosperity, comparable to the early years of Uriel's reign. With the imperial heartland in the west solidly integrated into the Empire, Uriel was able to turn his full attention to the east, to Morrowind. Exploiting conflicts at the heart of Morrowind's monolithic tribunal religion and the long-established Great House system of government, and taking advantage of the terrible threat that the corrupted divine beings at the heart of the tribunal religion presented to the growing colonies on Vardenfell, Uriel worked through shadowy agents of the Blades and through the court of King Helseth in Morrowind to shift the center of political power in Morrowind from the great houses and the great house councils to Helseth's court, and took advantage of the collapse of the Orthodox tribunal cults to establish the Nine Divines as the dominant faith in Hlalu and Vardenfell districts. Hastvat and Anabalus's treatment of the establishment of the Nine in the East and his 4-volume Life and Times of the Nerevarine is comprehensive, however, fails to resolve the central mystery of the period. How much did Uriel know about the prophecies of the Nerevarine, and how did he learn of their significance? The definitive resolution of this and other mysteries must await the future release of the Emperor's private papers, or a relenting of the Blade's strict policies of secrecy concerning their agents. And that was Life and Times of Uriel Septim the 7th, the Emperor of Tamriel during Morrowind and Oblivion. And quite a lengthy read, wasn't it? I have to say, that's very interesting stuff, and a lot of the books in this game, I've come to learn, are like that.
How are we doing over here? Are you thirsty?
Very
Hungry?
interesting indeed.
Why, yes, Holder. I'll have 4 bottles of wine with juniper berries.
Why are you standing on top of me, lady?
Huh? You want a drink?
Are you joking?
See you around. What can I do for you?
Interesting. So, just to bring this up, you know, I heard that there are some Alakir warriors around here. They seem to be looking for a Redguard woman. You may want to watch out in case they try something.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Oh no. They found me? I need your help, please. Come with me. I need to speak to you privately.
Alright. Well,
Quickly, come with me.
that went kind of fast.
Down with Ulfric, the killer of
And
kings.
I suppose this is an isolated enough area,
Please, we need to speak in
or
private.
not.
Children of Skyrim,
Quickly,
and we
come with
fight
me.
all our lives. And
You're not
some
going
God
anywhere,
beckons,
lady. Come
none
on.
of us dies.
Come on.
This land is ours, and we'll see it wiped
Ulfric
clean.
has made it
The
clear.
scourge that
In
has
his mind,
sullied
to
our
refuse his
hopes
claim
and
is to
downs.
side with the enemies.
Okay.
This is a local favorite and one of the first songs
This is
Ragnar the Red.
so annoying.
Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from old Rorikstead. The braggart did swagger and told
Okay.
of bold battles and gold he had made.
Sadia,
But then he went
Sadia,
quiet,
what are you
He
doing?
met the shield maiden Matilda, who said,
And where are you, for that matter?
"Oh, you talk and you lie and you drink.
Well, well. You actually
High
did what
time
you
that
said you were
lie
going to
down
do.
and breathe." The sword then came clashing and slashing of steel as the brave
Okay.
house Matilda charged in with zeal. Ragnar was boastful no more.
Where did she get off
Red
to?
hair rolled around on the floor.
Sadia seems to have learned
get too far
instant
ahead.
transmission. Where is she?
Oh, did you need something?
You say you want to talk to me in private, and then you don't actually do it. I swear.
We can never rest easy.
Well, if you're not going to try and talk to me, I guess I'll get some sleep. 9. I'll get, let's say, 9 hours. Make that 10. And actually, we'll have a little food and drink now. Do us. Now, Sadia, where are you?
Don't get too far ahead.
I'll try.
This is an
but
ode
our
to
crazy
Skyrim's
food
staunch
lady has learned instant transmission and such. Where even is she? God.
Age of aggression is just about done. We'll drive out the storm cloaks and restore what we
And everyone is getting in my way these
Come
days.
to allow of her reading, did you? Sorry, but I'm not quite in the mood.
down
Okay.
with the killer of
Sadia?
kings.
Sadia?
Day of your
Hello?
death we will drink and
Where
we'll
are you?
sing.
Jesus.
Children of Skyrim, and we fight all our lives. The Sovngarde beckons, every one of us dies.
Crazy. As always.
But this land is ours, and we'll see it wiped clean of the scourge that has sullied our hopes and our dreams.
What is up with you? Oh, there she is.
So, are you working with them? You think you can take me? You so much as touch me and you're going to lose fingers.
What?
I mean, what can I do for you?
I don't even know what's going on here.
So the Alakir know where I am? What did they offer you? Gold? How many more of them are coming? Tell me.
Calm down. They just asked me to find you. That's all I know. They just said they were looking for a Red Guard girl, and you probably weren't using your real name. They didn't exactly offer a lot in the way of details, so if you'd care to fill in the blanks, I'm all ears.
You can't tell them. Please, I need your help, and there isn't anyone I can trust here in the city.
Okay, what exactly is it you want from me? I'll decide once I know that.
I am not the person that the people of Whiterun think I am. My real name is Eamon. I am a noble of House Suda in Hammerfell. The men who are looking for me, the Alakir, they are assassins in the employ of the Aldmeri Dominion. They wish to exchange my blood for gold. I need you to root them out and drive them away before they find me and drag me back to Hammerfell for an execution.
And how exactly would you propose I get rid of them? They don't exactly seem like the kind of people who would go away if I ask nicely.
They're mercenaries, only in it for the money. They're led by a man named Kamatu. Get rid of him, and the rest will scatter. I don't dare show my face, lest they recognize me, so you'll have to find out where they are.
Any suggestions?
I heard one of them was just arrested trying to sneak into the city. If he's locked up in the jail, perhaps you can get it out of him. Please, I know I'm asking you to do something difficult, maybe even dangerous. I just don't know who else I can trust.
Well, if you trust me that much, please put the dagger away. Let's see. Why haven't you gone to the guards? Stupid question. Really? But why are they after you?
I don't know for sure. I spoke out against the Aldmeri Dominion publicly. I suspect that's why these men were hired to hunt me down. Find me the moment the Alakir are taken care of.
Now, there's something about that whole conversation that rubs me the wrong way, honestly. You see, Hammerfell is not required to follow the what's the name of it again? The White Gold Concordat, the treaty that ended the Great War, because they kicked the Thalmor out of Hammerfell. and they try to take their territory.
Have you met my father? Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
So everyone there speaks out against the Eldmeri Dominion. It's like... that's like a weekend hobby to them, really. So that shouldn't be a big deal. No, there's something off about this. Really off. That's nice.
Alright then.
Now, Janasa.
We're one of the same kind, you and I. I'm good if that is what you wish.
And I'll sell that to him.
Let's go.
But yeah, there's something a little
father
off about
looking
her
to protect
story.
Or deal some damage.
It shouldn't be a big deal that she spoke out against the Eldmeri Dominion in Hammerfell, because that's the kind of thing that they do all the time there during this time period. So it shouldn't matter, but for some reason it does matter. And I would very much like to know why.
Alright then.
But for now, we'll follow up on her request and see if we can't get these so-called assassins to back off. But I have my eye on this Sadia, because I don't exactly trust that she's being totally honest with us. I have an inkling that she is hiding things that will prove to be rather important. So we're going to take her at our word for the time being, but we'll be keeping a close eye on the kind of things she's telling us, just in case it turns out she is in fact bullshitting us. So we'll keep an eye out. I'll take her at her word for now. As I was saying before the loading screen cut off, we're going to take Sadia at her word for now, but we'll still keep an eye out in case she's being less than honest and this is some sort of ploy to betray us.
Got some good pieces out. Take a look.
Let's finish up selling our loot to Avenici here. Or Adrian, even. I'll store this short bow on my horse, I think. I want to hang on to the... Actually, no. I'm going to sell my hunting short bow and keep the orcish short bow. Now we'll have 2 orcish weapons. Interesting. Okay, let's see.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
We still can't make ranger outfits. Pity. Hide bracers. Leather strips and leather for that. I can finally produce leather, which is very nice. There we go.
Don't get too far ahead.
I don't claim to be the best.
I wonder what the eye patch is for.
Norland Greymane's got that honor. Man Steel is legendary. All I ask is a fair chance.
Dark Cowl conceals your identity. That would be handy if we were thinking of doing something illegal, but we're not right now. I'll take some Nordic Ranger bracers, though. Yeah, that Dark Cowl is something to keep in mind if I decide to pursue a life of crime and, say, join the Thieves Guild. Or something of that nature. That's not on my to-do list for now.
Got some good pieces. Blades, helmets,
yes.
pretty much anything
I have
to
things
suit your
to sell
needs.
you. Or I have things to sell, but you won't buy them.
Don't forget to check inside the shop.
Oh, great. I guess that means we have to visit Bellathor. I hate Bellathor. He is evil, really is.
Soldier, was it? What brings you to the market?
I swear, Bellathor is worse than Alduin.
Give a holler if you have any questions.
Ace, feel free to mess up the area and pee on his best carpets and stuff.
Everything.
I won't
Trinkets,
complain.
odds and ends, that sort of thing.
In any case, we have things to sell him. Nothing more to sell you there. Let's see here. Mage unarmored hood, fur shoes hood. Merchant boots I'll keep. The bearskin cloak of resist frost. That can go. We didn't pick up any magica potions, because those are the only things of that sort I'd be selling. Soul Gem and Amethyst. Now Bellathor. Any cloaks? Linen travel cloak. I'll pick that up to give to Janassa.
Do come back.
Yes, Sarah?
Janassa, I have something for you.
If that is what you wish.
It is indeed, but I think you'll like this. Travel cloak linen. Okay, but what happens if I give you back that? Oh, you still want to wear it as a priority. Alright. But you can have both cloaks, so you can put the other one on when it starts raining.
Don't get too far ahead.
And now, we're going to pay a visit to Whiterun. I have a bounty to turn in, and we need to find our way into the dungeons to find this Alakir that was arrested trying to get to Sadia. Maybe if we can find out where his fellows are hanging out, we can persuade them to stop without too much bloodshed, or any if possible. I mean, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think we're going to have to fight through and kill most of them, but if we can avoid that, it would be nice.
I serve Jarl Balgruuf as steward.
Okay. Well, the bandit leader at Volthim Towers is dead, and I am here to claim the bounty.
Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here is your reward.
100 septims, really.
Enjoy your visit to Dragon's
Oh,
Reach.
you sanctimonious little prick. 100 fucking septims. That's the best you can offer me for wading through those assholes and killing the bandit leader and his whole group.
Azure,
Asshole.
Mother of Roses, Goddess.
I'm sorry, but that is just a ripoff, really. I mean, we fought through all those bandits, got knocked unconscious once, and nearly got knocked unconscious a second time. And all he's willing to offer us is a measly 100 gold. Quite frankly, that's insulting. And I will tell him as much. But now, we have a prisoner to visit. Shadow Chance? So, they have guard dogs hanging out here, apparently. Hello? Mr. Alakir, get over here. I want to talk. Thank you.
What are you looking at?
Okay, let's just cut to the chase here. I need to find someone named Kamatu. I know you're working for him. Where is he hiding?
You have a death wish then? If you know that name, you must know to meet him would be to meet your end. But it seems we both have needs, friend. Perhaps we can help each other out.
What is it that you need, then?
I have dishonored my brothers by being captured, and so they have left me here. My life with the Alakir is over now, but I have no wish to die in this god's forsaken land. If I can be released from prison, I may start over. See to that, and I'll tell you what you want to know.
How much to pay your fine?
100 gold will secure my release. You can afford that, can't you? I suppose you'd better hope you can, if you want the information. Get the money into the hands of one of these guards, and I'll tell you what you want to know.
Alright, and to be honest, Elia doesn't really care why they left him here. He's a means to an end right now. Excuse me, sir.
These vampires are becoming a real menace.
I want to pay that prisoner's fine.
Done. Convince him to stay out of the city while you're at it.
I can do that, and I don't think he'll have much of a problem there. Hello. Hey there.
What are you looking at?
Let's talk about how we can help each other out, shall we?
You buy my way out of here, and I'll tell you what you want to know.
Yes, yes. Your fine has been paid, much as Elia did not want to pay to release someone like him, who strikes us as a bit of a distasteful fellow. We have done it.
Very well. Kamatu is west of Whiterun. It's an unassuming little cave called Swindler's Den. You realize if you set foot in there, you're never coming back out. They'll kill you. But that's your problem.
Let me be the judge of that, Mr. Prisoner.
My fine's been paid. Now set me free.
Sorry, my ears aren't so good.
I like this guy.
Don't get too far ahead.
I said my fine has been paid. Now let me out.
Right, right. Oh, look at that. I seem to have lost my keys. Might take me a while to find them. You just sit tight. I'll get around to it eventually.
Curse you!
Yeah. Bad luck that, isn't it? I paid the fine. It's not my fault if you can't find the keys. You enjoy the unspecified amount of time until those keys are found again. I have a Alakir bandit,
Well, you actually did
for
what
lack
you
of a
said you were
better
going to do.
phrase. that I need to deal with. Well now, that's that taken care of. What next? Wait, the voice is still on the back burner. In my time of need, go to Swindler's Den west of Whiterun. Yes. Yes, that is going to be our next port of call. Swindler's Den. To go and kill this Kamatu and his band of warriors before they can make another try to abduct Sadia and have her executed in Hammerfell. That is our next objective. So let's get ourselves out of this city. And actually, I'm running a little low on firewood. So before I head out, I'm going to chop a little bit of wood.
In his mind, to refuse his claim
so that we have something to make a fire with if I need to make camp while we're on this little trek of ours. I'll just do a few more pieces of firewood and then we should be all set to head out of Whiterun and towards Swindler's Den. Very nice indeed. Okay, that should be enough firewood for a couple of campfires if we need to. So it's time for us to head on out. Well, this has been a fairly eventful recording session so far, and I'd say this is actually a good place to end it. So, thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time, where we will be making our attack on the Alakir at Swindler's Den. I will see you then, folks. I'll see you then. Farewell for now.